Hey there, race fans. It's race day top 5 with me, Frank 5. Now, you'll notice this is not my usual backdrop area because I'm on vacation this weekend in Virginia, but I will be back home next week for my race recap for the longest race of the night, the Coca-Cola 600, as well as a special recap of the Indy 500 and the Monaco Grand Prix. I was just here this weekend for fishing and all that jazz, but not fishing. It's time to talk racing. Last night was the All-Star race, baby, and boy, I think it was probably a night to remember. Number 1, Kyle Busch. Never won a cup race at Charlotte. It all ended for him last night, but it wasn't for points though. But it was enough for $1 million. Kyle Busch has tried so hard to get to victory lane here at the Cup Series at Charlotte. Never succeeded in the fall race, never succeeded in the Coca-Cola 600. Well, succeeded last night for $1 million. I really feel like this is a good step in the right direction for JGR because they haven't won yet this year. And frankly, Martin Truex Jr. and Furniture Racing have been carrying the banner for Toyota this season. This is good medicine for JGR and Kyle Busch. Unfortunately, if you're Matt Kenseth, it's bad medicine. You still can't catch a break, and I hope you do eventually down the road. As Kyle Busch was able to capture the victory last night over Kyle Larson, who had the best car, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, and 2014 winner, Jamie McMurray. Number 2, Chase Elliott. Oh my goodness, this open race nearly drove me over the edge. We were so good with the Mountain Dew Chevrolet, just couldn't win a stage, but luckily, all the Chase Elliott fans out there, including myself, voted Chase in. We made it in via the fan vote, and finished 7th place, which was a good effort, and this was a good test leading up to next weekend for the Coca-Cola 600 because we drove during the sunset as well as during the nighttime. Number 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was his final All-Star race this weekend. It just didn't have the car last night. It just wasn't really good at all. It just never found the handling and was not able to be part of the race for $1 million toward the end because based on the top 10 average finishes of each driver, he was not part of that list and unfortunately had to spend his last All-Star race watching the last 10 laps in the garage. I hope Junior learned a little bit from this race about what to do and what not to do for the longest race next weekend because he hasn't won that race, so hopefully he'll have some luck down the road. Number 4, the open race was such a fun race. With Clint Bowyer winning stage 1, was the pole sitter of that race. Ryan Blaney won stage 2. And then Daniel Suarez went back and forth with Chase Elliott and Eric Jones. They were like battling for the lead. Suarez ended up winning. Elliott finishes 3rd, but still got in via the fan vote. Jones ended up digging his splitter through the grass. And just reminded you, Pass of the Grass, 1987. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't really just that wasn't a pass. It was just, running through the grass and just still holding off Bill Elliott and everybody else. Though Jones didn't get to run the rest of that race, but obviously his SiriusXM Toyota was perhaps the best car out of those 3 up competing for the win, but oh well. Hopefully he learned a little bit of some information leading up to next weekend. That's what I keep saying. And number 5, Eric Almirola set up the open race and let Regan Smith drive. He finished 4th, which was a good run for that team. But as of Eric Almirola right now, he said he's going to be out at least 8 to 12 weeks. I mean, that's what we're hearing. It sounds pretty serious, so hopefully he recovers and he'll be back in time to be back probably around Watkins Glen or Michigan or Bristol during the summer of August. And hopefully NASCAR will give him a medical waiver. They probably will, so he'll be eligible to compete for the playoffs, but he's going to have to win in order to get in. Continuing to say prayers for Eric. Have a safe, fast recovery, and hopefully see you back on track in that Smithfield Ford pretty soon, buddy. But anyways, next weekend's the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the year. I hope you all tune in for that race, but also don't forget, early in the morning, 8 o'clock, NBCSN. If you're all Formula One fans, the Monaco Grand Prix. Can Lewis Hamilton, my boy, repeat his title? We'll see. And then the Indianapolis 500 on ABC. Cannot wait for that race. It's going to be fun. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Congrats to Kyle Busch. Memorial Day weekend marathons next weekend. Let's go racing!